Okay, so I guess this is my second video, and I'm going to do a review on Assassination Classroom. This is Assassination Classroom. Also, you can see the poster behind me. This is also Assassination Classroom. However, before I do, I want to talk about the coronavirus for just a second. So, some people say that the government is overreacting, and maybe they are. But they're being careful and they're being strict about it too, and they should be, because this is a pandemic and it's scary. So just try to do some things, like wash your hands, hand sanitize your hands. Don't hand sanitize your hands too much though, because you might kill off the good germs. So not like 80 times a day, that's too much. Clean surfaces that are touched often, cover your mouth, don't go outside a lot unless you have to, things like that. Try not to touch your face so much. I need to work with not touching my face so much. That's my problem. I need to work with that. So Assassination Classroom is about this group of kids that are in a class, that are in the worst class. There's class A, B, C, D, and E. E is for the end. It's called the end class. Basically, if you go there, you're doomed. This is a cram school, and it's a very important, big, fancy, for the hard word, prestigious, that word. And these kids have to kill their teacher, which is actually this weird octopus yellow looking person. He used to be a human, but he was a bad person, and so the government did a whole bunch of crazy experiments on him, which turned him into a giant octopus looking yellow guy. You can see our yellow teacher right there. So basically they go through a bunch of things and they have a big reward, like a big reward if they end up being able to kill this guy. Now, no one in the army can. They have fighter jets and guns and stuff like that. But the thing is that guns and ammo and stuff, normal stuff, don't work on this guy. You have to have a special type of knife and a special type of BB gun and BBs. Things that won't hurt a normal human, but they do hurt Koro Sensei, which is the name that they give to this yellow octopus. They go through a lot of things, and there's a lot of characters, because the whole class of kids, and they meet two other teachers, Professor Bitch and Kurasuma. And we go through a whole bunch of different types of things with different enemies. We have so many enemies, and it goes through so many different things. And there's one big betrayal. I'm not going to spoil it and tell you who it is, but there's one big betrayal in the anime from one of the students. I'm not going to say who though. They do have a live action movie in Japanese. It's subtitled in English though. And they do have a subtitled movie that's animated starring the two main characters, Nagisa Shiota and Karma Akabane. Yeah, Karma Akabane. He's my favorite. Anyway, it basically shows, and it shows us some things that it didn't show in the anime, which is a little confusing, but it's cool. It's a cool kind of confusing. But by the end, they love their teacher because he's this great guy. He teaches them. He teaches them really well, to where they actually beat A class in a couple things. And he treats them with respect, and he does things for them that nobody else will do. So by the end, they don't really want to kill him, but they still have to, because the thing is that the moon has been blown up, supposedly, by this yellow octopus. And he's going to do the same thing to the Earth. 70% of the Earth will be obliterated if they don't kill him by March, which is the end of their school year, when they graduate. They are not in high school, they're in actually junior high, so yeah, that's a lot to put on a junior high schooler's shoulders, especially when they've gone through so much, because people hate on them, they can't even go to the main building, they have this crappy, awful little shack that was the original building before it got big and fancy and woo. But anyways, there's no pool. I don't even think they have a bathroom or anything. Yeah, they don't. And so they have to climb up this huge mountain just to get to class every single morning. And then after that, they still have to do gym class. Nope, I wouldn't do that. You're making me climb this huge mountain. I'm not taking gym class. Nope. Anyways, to make this a little bit longer, I do have one thing I would like to do. We're going to take an Assassination Classroom quiz to see what character I am. Let this load through for a second. This is my old phone. It's kind of cracked up and stuff, so it takes a hot second to load. Okay, first question. What is my favorite color? Red, yellow, black, blue, pink, pink. I'm not a girly girl, but pink is my favorite color. How would you assassinate someone? If you don't know what assassinate means, that basically means kill them, basically. I wouldn't mind as long as I'm with all my friends and everyone is having a good time. I would use dirty tactics and trickery to kill my target, even if it meant killing myself. I'm going to pick the first one without reading the other answers. Yeah. What? Okay, so there's 5 questions in this, and I've done 3 so far. So, anyway, what do you do? What would you do if you had to do something for a living? If you absolutely had to. Which most people do, I feel like. I work as an assassin. I want to become a teacher. I work for the military. Or I'm a genius scientist capable of making man into a monster. That's kind of I feel like that's correlated into what the people did to Koro Sensei, and the teacher one is correlated into Koro Sensei because he becomes the teacher of E-Class. He also, spoiler alert, he also used to be an assassin himself. That's why he's so good and uncatchable, super awesome at dodging all of these kids, even though it's one of him against like 27 kids. Plus, they get new kids as they go along. There's like Karma, Isugai. There's like, they meet 3 or 4 other students as the time goes by. So it's really like 30 kids by the end. Anyway, I was once a person with no identity, but all that changed once I became a teacher for the love of my life. That also, not going to spoil it, but that also correlates into Koro Sensei and his past, what happened to him before he became E-Class's teacher. I'm going to say, if I had to pick out of these, I would say I want to become a teacher. What is your personality like? Cool, calm, and collected, but it can be easier for people to manipulate me. I feel like that might be me. Fun, bubbly, excitable, I'm the person that everyone likes. Intelligent and without shame, I'm the person everyone wants at a party. That's not me. Evil, manipulative, and cunning. I'm a devil in disguise. I already know what character that is. That's Karma. emotionally strong, strict, and serious. Most of the time, I express no emotion, but I very rarely smile. There's a couple characters that could be in the entire anime. There's a couple characters that could be. A couple student characters. I'm a genius. I can fool anyone, and I always think my plans through. I am a super genius. I love to see the smiles of everybody and just love a bit of fun. I always find ways to teach people important lessons on life and watch them grow to beautiful men and women. That is definitely Core Sensei. I'm gonna have to pick. Cool, calm, and collected, but it can be easy for people to manipulate. Sometimes it can be easy, but not very often. But the first part is true. I like to think. I hope you enjoyed this quiz. This quiz was for a good friend of hers. So the person who made this quiz made it for someone they care about. Now, I got Nagisa Shiota. This boy, if you want a better picture, it's the boy that looks like a girl, but he's actually a boy. The boy with the blue hair. That is Nagisa Shiota. Anyway, that was a quiz for Assassination Classroom, explaining the anime, and a short talk about the coronavirus. Once again, just try to stay inside, wash your hands, wash surfaces that are touched a lot, like door handles or stuff like that. Oh, your phone. Hand sanitize your phones. They don't seem like they're dirty, but think about how many surfaces you put your phone on, and how many people touch those surfaces, and how many germs there are. So that's all for today, and I will try to upload a one on Ruby, which is another anime. Its animation style is a little different than most anime, but it is still an anime, and I think it's really good. And my little brother wants to be in it, so he will be in the next video. He was in the last video, and he'll be in the next one. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.